Hello and welcome back to the Second Chance to Live channel here on YouTube. I'm happy to see that you decided to stop by to watch this video presentation. Thank you. In today's video presentation, I'm going to be sharing part 2 of an article series that I wrote a little over a week ago called Second Chance to Live Action Steps Revisited A Synopsis. In part 1, I shared an overview of the 12 action steps. I'd encourage you to watch my previous 2 series that I've written. The first one is Finding Hope in Our Powerlessness and Unmanageability. And the second is Accepting Ourselves When Friends and Family Cannot. To read this article, I'll put my glasses back on and bring up the article. As you listen to the article being read and questions come to mind, please send those questions to me. All questions are good questions, and I look forward to hearing from you, my friend. So here's the article. Finding Second Chance to Live Action Steps Revisited, a synopsis. Yesterday I presented the first part of this article, Second Chance to Live Action Steps Revisited, an overview. Part 1. In today's article, I'm going to be sharing a synopsis of the 12 steps. Attending 12-step support meetings, listening to members to share their experience, strength, and hope, working with a sponsor, and working through the 12 steps with a sponsor, and through being honest with myself, I have grown in my ability to accept myself when family and friends cannot accept me in my reality. Working in partnership with a loving God through the 12 steps, through the 12 action steps, attending meetings, listening to members, working with a sponsor through the 12 steps, and being honest with myself have all encouraged me, motivated me, empowered me, and given me hope. My trust in a loving God, the process, and my willingness to learn through my experience with my relationships with the loving God has given me the power and the ability to pursue my bliss and follow my dreams. In the spirit of sharing the power of the 12 action steps, I have compiled a synopsis of the 12 action steps. I will include that list below. As you read and meditate on the steps in the list and questions come to mind, please send those questions to me, my friend. All questions are good questions. You may do so through a comment or a confidential email. The instructions to send me a comment or a confidential email are below these 12 steps. So the synopsis of the 12 action steps or 12-step programs. And here's the synopsis of the 12 action steps. The steps. Number 1, you may be powerless over many things, but you are not helpless. Although your life may seem unmanageable now, you no longer need to feel like a victim. 2, you do not have to be alone anymore to figure it out on your own. 3, by making the decision to turn your will and your life over to the care of a power greater than yourself, you will find an unlimited source of encouragement, motivation, empowerment, and hope. 4, you can find out what you have been doing to sabotage your life. You can look for patterns that have undermined your life over the years. Consequently, you will be able to stop shooting yourself in the foot of life. 5, you no longer need to hide in the shadows. You can begin to trust by admitting to a loving God, to yourself, and to another human being what you found in step 4 that has been sabotaging your life. You can find a new freedom, a freedom that you never knew existed. Through the process, you can make peace with God and with yourself. 6, you can become entirely ready to let go of the behaviors that you have been using to defend and in the process sabotage your relationships and yourself. Be encouraged, my friend. 7, you can be actively involved in the process of seeing the behaviors that have sabotaged your life removed by humbly asking a loving God to remove the behaviors that sabotage your life and relationships. 8, in working with in working in partnership with a loving God, you can make a list of the persons, including yourself, who you have harmed by participating in behaviors that have sabotaged your life and your relationships. By making a list of the people you have negatively impacted or harmed that you have gleaned through completing your fourth action step, you become willing to make direct amends to them all. 9. You make direct amends. Once you have completed the first 8 action steps and you have talked with your sponsor, to the people who have been negatively impacted by the behaviors that you have previously used to cope with in life. Consequently, you can make peace with your fellows, and in the process, make peace with yourself. By completing this step, making amends, you can be released from the burden of guilt and shame. You can find a new freedom and a new happiness. 10. On a daily basis, you continue to take personal inventory, and when you recognize that you have harmed others, you promptly admit those wrongs to the persons that you have harmed. On a daily basis, you continue to be accountable to and for your behaviors. You choose to keep your side of the street clean. 11. You do not have to live life each day by yourself. You can rely on the power greater than yourself to guide and direct your steps. You don't have to lean on your own understanding. You can pray for the knowledge of God's will for you and the power to carry that out. You can trust the process, the loving God, and your ability to learn from your circumstances and experiences. In the process, you will be empowered to live the life that you have imagined. And 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of working these 12 action steps, you attempt to carry the message of the 12 action steps to other people and continue to practice the principles of the 12 action steps in all your affairs. And then at the bottom, I left several notes on this article. Note, the 12 action steps are not meant to be punitive in nature. Instead, the 12 action steps are designed to empower you and I to live life on life's terms while succeeding. The 12 action steps by divine design are meant to free the individual of self-berating, defeating behaviors that sabotage and undermine their lives and their relationships. The 12 action steps by design empower the individual to be of maximum service to God and to their fellows. In my experience, I have found that when I choose to take the focus off of myself and place the focus on another person, place, event, institution, or thing, I miss the benefit that can be gained through working the 12 action steps with a sponsor. I have found that when I'm drawn to take the focus off of myself and place the focus on someone or something else, that I need to work the 12 action steps. I've found that my triggers and reactions are my triggers and reactions. This is the final paragraph. In my experience, I've come to realize that the 12 action steps are not meant to point out where I'm not measuring up. Instead, the 12 action steps are meant to set me free from limiting behaviors and limiting beliefs that sabotage and undermine all my relationships with the God of my understanding, other people, and myself. The 12 action steps empower my ability to be of maximum service to a loving God and to my fellows. This is the end of part 2 of this series. I want to thank you again for being here. I really would like to encourage you to not give up on yourself, your process, and most of all, a loving God, because He has wonderful plans for your life as He has for my life. I'll say so long for now. God bless both you and your family, and I look forward to hearing from you, my friend. Thank you for your time, and God bless you. Bye now.